The Polynesian Cultural Center is a 42-acre living museum dedicated to the preservation of Polynesian cultures. Visitors from around the world come to participate in the activities and enjoy the world-famous Polynesian revue, Horizons. Now you can bring this excitement home to enjoy year-round with family and friends with our collection of videos, audio cassettes, compact discs, and souvenir books of your experiences here at the Polynesian Cultural Center. To order, simply call 1-800-283-3108 and speak to our sales representatives. You can also receive a free catalog of all our products. Do it today and receive the joy and excitement of Polynesia year-round.
Eons ago, nature began building the Hawaiian island chain. Starting over 20,000 feet beneath the waves of the world's largest ocean, growing hour by hour, nature slowly built these islands until at last they broke the surface of the sea and Hawaii was born. Fed by red-hot molten rock from a rift in the deep Pacific Ocean bed, nature continues to provide a magnificent and awesome display of fiery creation. For millions of years, this scene has repeated itself. Today, glowing lava continues to gush forth, hissing madly, exploding as it meets its destiny with the ocean. Oahu is the gathering place. For locals and visitors alike, Oahu offers adventure, romance, culture, fun and excitement. From all walks of life, from all over the world, people come to play, to relax, to discover and rediscover the feeling that is Hawaii. Behind a wall of luxury hotels, the world plays on Honolulu's world-famous Waikiki Beach. Diamond Head overlooks the Waikiki scene. This famous landmark punctuates almost every photograph taken of this beach. Above and behind downtown Honolulu, the 1,200-foot cliffs of the Nu'uanupali give us our first view of the windward side of the island. It was here in 1795 that legend says Kamehameha's invading troops forced 300 Oahu warriors over the precipice. Beyond Waikiki, the island provides many lesser-known but very popular recreational areas. Here, one can participate in any number of water activities, or simply enjoy the warm sunshine and beautiful surroundings. waters of the North Shore provide a paradise for boaters and fishermen, and a soft landing spot for those who leap from high places. Calm as a lake in summer months, in winter, the North Shore erupts into a world-renowned mecca for surfers. There's no better place to test your skill and courage as a wave rider. Oahu's premier snorkeling spot is Hanauma Bay. Here the fish are so friendly, they'll eat out of your hand. For the diving enthusiasts, the ocean provides a colorful array of tropical marine life found only in Hawaiian waters. The very fortunate may find themselves in the company of the gentle giants of the Pacific, the humpback whales. Punch Bowl, or the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, is the most visited site on the island of Oahu. This hallowed ground is dedicated to veterans who died in wars fought all over the world. More than 30,000 veterans and their dependents have been laid to rest at this peaceful memorial. Of all the events that have marked Hawaii's unique history, the one that most affected the whole world and shocked all Americans occurred December 7th, 1941, on this spot. Beneath a graceful white monument lies the wreckage of the USS Arizona, destroyed here in Pearl Harbor during the cataclysm that thrust America into World War II. Oil still seeps from the shattered hull, offering mute testimony to the sacrifice of nearly 1,200 sailors entombed below. Visitors to the Arizona cannot help being moved by the monument's graceful solemnity. The beauty of the island's sunsets doesn't mean the end of adventure and discovery on the island of Oahu, only the beginning. On the windward side of the island lies Hawaii's premier visitor attraction. The Polynesian Cultural Center is the only place to witness island life, to meet the people, and discover the customs of Polynesia. Visitors of all nations come to experience the Polynesian spirit. Here, you, the visitor, are made to feel welcome. In this 42-acre living museum, you will experience the lore and pageantry of Polynesia. The center is an integral part of the community of Laie and is operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The cultural authenticity of the center is made possible in part through the employment of BYU Hawaii students who come from these Pacific Islands and bring genuine joy and pride to their performances. Consider yourself our special guest as we embark on a journey of discovery through Polynesia.
Kai mea I aloha ia, ai na ho ka puanala, kai kai au mamala, e ala, e ala, e ala, come on. Ke kai loa, oni mai ana o kona, tau tomboi a mautona, tamakani a papa. Samoa,
Polynesia is a group of tropical islands spreading across more than 15 million square miles of Pacific Ocean. With Hawaii at the apex, New Zealand lies to the west and the Easter Islands to the east. This is commonly referred to as the Polynesian Triangle. The Polynesian Cultural Center captures the spirit of the days before Europeans discovered these warm, friendly isles.
Everybody say aloha! Aloha! Very, very good. Now you sound like tourists. Well, since that we will be together for some time, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mika, and I'm from the island of Samoa. Well, Mika in Samoa means big, strong, handsome, but extremely humble. And I'm currently attending Brigham Young University Hawaii campus, and I'm a political science major, but minor in pushing canoes. That's why I've been attending Brigham Young University for the last 5 years and still a freshman. Spending all my time on canoe instead of going to classes. First village of our tour, straight ahead of us now. That's the village representing my home country of Samoa.
Welcome to Samoa. Everybody please say Samoa. Samoa. Most people will say Samoa. The right pronunciation of the word is Samoa. Okay? So it's not Samoa, it's Samoa. Say it. Samoa. The reading word of Samoa is talofa. Talofa. Are you guys tired? Try it one more time. I must tell you that the Samoans are the loudest people in Polynesia. So please repeat after me and say, Talofa! Talofa! I heard somebody say, Toyota. Today we all belong to one family, the family of Samoa, the happy family, friendly. And all we're going to do today, we're going to learn more about me and my side of the family. Because most of you, I know some of you have never been to Samoa before, right? Anybody here been to Samoa? No? That's good. I can tell whatever I want. I'm proud of my culture, friends, because out of all the islands in Polynesia, the Samoan culture is very strong, still controlled by chiefs. Whatever they say, we do it. So it's good to be chief. The big hut right there belongs to the chief. This is the guest hut for you. Family hut on this side. Pizza hut over there. That's our cooking place. It belongs to the men. In Samoa, the men do all the cooking for the family. Ladies don't cook. Oh, you like that, ladies? Yeah. Then you're welcome to move to Samoa. As we men are moving out. Cooking, you also climb the tree to get the coconuts so you can obtain the milk. And only use the ripe ones. You can tell the coconut is ripe by its color, always turn brown. It turns brown like me. When it's ripe, it tells me that some of you are not ripe yet. That's good. Use this for husking the coconut. We call it mele. Say it. Mele. Yes. In English, sharp stick. Say it. How do you say sharp stick in Taiwan?
Xiao.
Huh?
Xiao.
Xiao. Everybody say it. Xiao. Use that. Now we're going to use it. Put it down here. Your first step, husking the coconut, is to kill it. Second step, push it down. Make sure you don't miss it. That's the only part I don't like. Don't go home and milk your cow the same way. Make them cry all day long. Follow 2 simple steps, yeah? Then, till your coconut is completely husky. Take a good look. After you look at the face, locate the line that runs between your eyes. This is the softest part of any coconut, so get a hard out to it and hit it across the line. Use hammers, knives, screwdrivers, dynamite. Samoa, we use our foreheads. Oh. You got something here to use. You can try this. It's all you need. It's a rock. Say it. We call it ma'a. Everybody say ma'a. In Taiwan? Stop. Huh? Jiao Dao. Everybody say Jiao Dao. Now, I'm gonna hit it. If I don't come out into 2 pieces, please don't blame me. I'm a pure Samoan, you know. This is a Hawaiian coconut. Are you ready? I can't hear you.
Go. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh boy.
I'm very proud of my culture, and I'll do the best I can to represent Samoa anywhere I go. Whatever I do, whether climbing trees or cracking coconuts or making fire or dancing, you know. But, and then of course, I'm not going to do it for myself. I'm doing it so the other people know how I feel about my culture. So to make sure that I do entertain them well. And the main thing is they enjoy it and make them want to visit my homeland.
As our canoe glides peacefully along the lagoon, the sound of music draws us to our next adventure.
Kia ora. Welcome to Aotearoa, land of the long white cloud, commonly known today as New Zealand. When you enter our Maori village, you will notice a warrior perched at the apex of our gateway. This warrior depicts Kupe, who was the warrior who discovered Aotearoa approximately 900 AD. The tirako, or stick game, is a very popular activity. Anciently, the tirako was utilized by our warriors to improve hand and eye coordination, to enhance their battle skills.
Now we're going to try down, together,
Over.
together. Okay? He does it. So, that's both. That's both. Okay, ready? Make sure we're down here. Ready? Go. 1, 2. Down,
Together. Over. Down together.
down, together. Down, together, together.
We got it.
The swinging of the poi balls are used to depict stories and legends of our Maori people. Here in our village, our guests have an opportunity to test their skills with the poi balls, and they have a lot of fun doing it.
The ceremony which has just taken place is known as the wero. The young warriors placed on the ground what is known as the wero token, which is a token of welcome. And after the guests have picked up that token, it means that they have come to visit our village in peace. Had they have not picked up this token, it means that they have come for unfriendly visits, or they have come to fight.
Wood carving is a time-honored craft among all Polynesian people. Artisans usually develop these skills through family tradition, from father to son. Maori artisans are renowned for their intricate carvings. This island craftsman demonstrates his skills in the carver's workshop. The most prominent building in the Maori village is the House of Learning. The walls of this dwelling are adorned with intricate carvings. These carvings represent prominent ancestors of the tribe. Each carving is unique and has specific features which represent a particular ancestor and his accomplishments.
This is a wakatawa, or war canoe. This particular war canoe was carved from the trunk of a single tree, a kauri tree, which is indigenous to New Zealand. A typical size of a wakatawa would be between 120 to 130 feet long, with the capability of carrying between 80 and 120 warriors. Anciently, my Maori people would use these wakatawas to transport warriors along the inlets and tributaries of Aotearoa.
This is the village representing Fiji.
Our greeting word here in Fiji is Pulovinaka, which means hello, good health be to you now and always. So Pulovinaka.
All you do is alternate your bamboos as fast and as hard as you can. Rumble. And go faster. And stop.
The buildings that you see all around here are the types that you will see in a village at home. The second largest building, which is the chief's house, that is the largest and also the well-decorated building.
You can tell the chief's house from the rest of the building in the village with a white cowrie shell attached to the doors. Those are the signs of nobilities and royalty among our people.
Before a house is built for the chief, the women of all his villages will all get together to make tapa cloth to decorate the chief's house. Coconut fiber that you see, or coconuts in it that you see wrapped around those posts, also made by the men from other villages in preparation of the chief's house. White cowrie shell that you see decorated, used to decorate the walls with. White cowrie shells in Fiji are very, very sacred, only used in the chief's house. And you can see from outside it's also decorated with white cowrie shell. No commoners would use this white cowrie shell except the chief himself. It is very, very fortunate for people from all over the world to come and walk into our chief's house and sit down. Because if they go to Fiji, they will not be sitting on a chair or on a bench. They have to sit on the floor like what I'm doing now.
And beside the chief's house, we have a community meeting house where the chief and the people of the village will get together once in a while and discuss the affair of the village, especially communal affairs, and entertain guests of the village and also serve them when they come into the village. The tall building in the village right here, which is replicas of an ancient temple.
The Burikalo is a very sacred building, very sacred that only the chief and the high priest are allowed inside. The priest is the only person who could pray to the gods. The priest would always pray for a fruitful season, favorable winds for the sailors, and also success in battles for the warriors. To the structure of the building, the higher they build the temple, the closer they work to their gods.
Ladies and gentlemen, Isala is a Fijian expression of many meanings. It expresses joy, sorrow, through lingering memories of happy acquaintances, hope and love. Isala means so sorry. Isala means so sad. Isala longs for the time when we shall meet again, whether it's here in Hawaii, in Fiji, or elsewhere in the mainland or somewhere else. Hawaii became a state of America in year 1959 and is the home of the most graceful dance of Polynesians called the hula.
Aloha, and welcome to our village of Hawaii. Here in the Hawaiian village, we would like to share with you a little bit about the life of the people of old Hawaii before the Europeans came into the islands. And for that, we have many activities for you to participate and enjoy. We have taro growing that we use to produce the poi that is pounded daily for you to sample.
Aloha. This is what the bulb looks like after it is harvested. And as we cook it and remove the skin, this is the bulb here. Now the Polynesian people would eat it in a solid state, but the Hawaiian people took the taro one step further and we made a dough called poi. And that's what I'd like to show you. With the help of this board and a stone and water, the taro is placed on the board. And by mashing, we turn it into a substance known as poi. Now the Hawaiians were the only Polynesian people to pound the taro into this dough-like form. We found in ancient Hawaii, without refrigeration, the solid will only last a couple of days. After that, it rots, and we have to throw the taro away. But we found, by pounding it into a dough-like form, as the poi ages, it would become sour. So even in its old stage, poi is good enough to be eaten. Some Hawaiians prefer pois aged, and some prefer them fresh. The pounding process normally takes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the bulb that you use. In traditional times, a family's wealth would be determined by the texture of their poi. The thicker the poi, the richer the family. Now, of course, if you have to stretch the use of the poi, it meant that your family was in need. In the process of pounding the taro into poi, water is occasionally added to the consistency in which the pounder would like it to be. The Hawaiians sometimes would keep the poi thick in this manner right here, and we call this pa'iai. It was this type of poi that the Hawaiians took with them on their journeys between Hawaii and some of the South Pacific islands. Then while on the journey, this thick poi was taken, placed in other containers, water added, and thinned out for use. Then along with the poi, they would eat dried fish. It is this that the Hawaiian people consider the main staple, and we call it poi. Oh no. Aloha.
Along the beach. Along the beach. There's waiting. Shake that person. He's waiting for you. Hands up to your eyes. And shake it and the white.
Here in our weaver's house, we weave items such as hats, mats, fans, and baskets. We have games where you can throw the spear at a coconut. We have games where you can roll a stone through the two sticks. It's a game called ulumaika. You can visit our chief's house, the Haleali'i. The ali'i, the royalty of old Hawaii, were considered to be part godlike, and therefore their word was the law. The word aloha literally means to go with the spirit. And as you leave us and leave these islands, the one thing that we hope that you take with you is that spirit of aloha.
When the visitor come up in this compound, they have the privilege to witness the only show of the Marquesian culture. They can see our dance, the chant. We have also a tattoo house where they can learn about tattooing. They were the most extensively tattooed Polynesian. They were tattooed from head to toe. We also have a weaving demonstration where our mamas can teach them how to weave a headband or a basket. And we have many other activities on this compound. One of our specialty over here is to serenade the honeymooners. Marumate
te pō Whari umai Iahi o atu wau I tō e tino tau I here Whari umai Whari umai Iahi o atu wau I tō e tino tau I here Whari umai I tō e tino tau I here
Your Honor, welcome to French Polynesia, the islands of Tahiti. Here in Tahiti, we'll teach you how to do the fast hip shake dance. We call this dance a tamure. We teach the men how to knock their knees, which is called the paoti. For the women's dance, we call it the tamure.
Aloha! Aloha! You fly. 1, 2. Hands out. Stop your neighbors. Alternate, right? Left. Right. You want to do it? Okay, everybody help them.
We're going to invite our dancers. We're going to come out and dance for you a couple of numbers. Okay, how about a big hand for our village dancers?
And now, our tour continues with a visit to Tonga, the last remaining kingdom in the South Pacific.
The Tongans are well known by their voices, and when Captain Cook visited the islands in the olden days, he was very impressed with their music. The way we greet the people when they come here to our village is Malo and Nene. And there are a lot of things here we want them to experience, like we have our Bluffle game, which is very similar to the American shuffleboard. And this is one of the ancient games they played by the royal family of Tonga. They didn't do anything in those days. All they did just enjoying themselves playing games. And we also want them to experience how we make the tapa flower. And the tapa was our form of clothing before the European introduced fabric to all the islands. We also teach them how to weave, especially from coconut leaves, because coconut is a source of life for all the Polynesians, and we still teach them how to weave from coconut leaves. They will learn how to weave a little bird or make a headband for themselves. In the center of the village, we want the people to know that we still go by a king and queen up to this very day. And in the Tongan village, we have the replica of the Queen's Summer House, which was commissioned by Her Majesty Queen Salote to be built here in the center. We also have our family dwelling. We want them to learn about how the people of Tonga lived about thousands of years ago. Still now, most of us still live in houses like this.
The European explorers were followed by missionaries in the early 1800s. They brought Christianity to the islands, where it was slowly embraced by the native populations. In Hawaii, missionaries established schools, created the first written alphabet, and began teaching Western social customs. Religious freedoms were guaranteed by Kamehameha III in 1839. Christianity is an integral part of Polynesia's colorful and historical past. High technology at its highest has found its way to the Polynesian Cultural Center in the form of Hawaii's first IMAX theater. IMAX Polynesia presents the world premiere movie, Polynesian Odyssey. The unsurpassed image clarity and high-fidelity sound of this state-of-the-art film will astound you. The gigantic theater screen is 7 stories high and nearly 100 feet wide, bringing you into the action as you begin a 20,000-mile odyssey through a Polynesia you will not soon forget.
We are the Polynesian Cultural Center Brass Band, and we're here to entertain you this evening with songs from around the world and from around our Polynesian islands.
The center offers several diverse dining experiences, each of which provides the visitor with sumptuous buffets, including fresh salads, delicious entrees, and a changing array of desserts. The relaxing atmosphere and hospitality provide a perfect opportunity to unwind after a day of adventure. Shop Polynesia is well stocked with jewelry, perfumes, Pacific curios, postcards, films, and sundries, as well as the more traditional handcrafted items of Polynesia. The marketplace is a center of activity styled in the tradition of village markets common throughout Polynesia. The market is brimming with hats and fans, Tahitian chalets, hula skirts, and wood carvings. Capping off a memorable experience is an even more memorable performance. Mana, the spirit of our people. The spirit of Polynesia is not of a place, but of a people. May it be with you always.
Only by